think willpower alone can help you quit your addiction to adult content? Think again. It's not enough. Here's why and what actually works better. But before talking about all of that, who am I? My name is Wesley, and my mission is to help prevent 1,000 men from killing themselves because of their addiction to adult content videos. Because of this current addiction, they are actually thinking of suicidal thoughts. And I want to prevent all of this. These are my type of videos, and if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Also, aren't you tired of feeling tired? I'll explain myself. You wake up in the morning and you are already tired. You just slept for 8 hours straight and you were still tired. You much rather prefer staying in bed than get up and work on your things. But what happened and why is that? Your brain is getting used to fapping so much that it's like a muscle and it gets overused. And by fapping every day, it's like you're pumping all of your energy every day. So you were like not having enough energy to the next time you get up in the morning, you recovered all of that. You didn't recover all your energy because your brain is fatigued. And because your brain is fatigued, your body becomes fatigued too, right? When you are fapping yourself, it's like you going to the gym and fapping a muscle, right? You can think of it as that way. And by doing this every day, non-stop, even when you go to the gym, you need days where you don't do it, right? But why would fapping every day would be a great thing? It's not. You need days to actually stop fap. And in fact, you don't even need to fap. It would be much better for you to just never have to fap in your life and actually have a girl to do things with her directly. So that would be the way to actually do the exercise of your thing. Fapping isn't great for you, it isn't great for your thing, and it isn't great for your brain also. Having this current addiction ruins all of your brain and your physical health. And in order for you to actually stop having this tiresome moment in the morning and actually start having a lot of energy, lots of motivation to do things, you need to get rid of this addiction for good. But if you try to do this on your own, maybe you already tried right now, or maybe you haven't even started your recovery. But if you haven't even started, it's time to start right now. And if you started, you probably see that in order for you to quit alone, it's way harder. And it may take you years upon years, right? Maybe right now, it's been already 2 years and you're still on that. You're still stuck and you're still trapped in this addiction. If that's your case, and you're still motivated to actually go through the hardship and get free from this for good because you realized how bad it is for you, I offer something. It's the first thing down in the description, and this will be the game changer for you. And that I'll continue directly with the video. So first of all, why not just willpower? Willpower is you have to think about it as you maybe pushing in the gym. When you push in the gym, what happened? You push with willpower, right? You say to yourself, oh, I really want to push that weight because I want to build those muscles. But when you think about the last rep, the few last rep, right? Those where your muscle are not there anymore. And it isn't even your muscle that are pushing, it's your brain that is pushing. At the end, when you don't feel your muscle anymore, these are the most important rep. If you talk about this with any people that go regularly to the gym, they will tell you that the rep that actually makes you the most muscles aren't the first rep, it's always the last reps. The ones that you were shaking while you're doing, right? The ones that it's not a battle against your own self, it's a battle against your own brain. Your brain is telling you, I can't do this anymore, and you're still pushing. You're still pushing to make those gains. That's the hardest battles, and this isn't even willpower. The hardest gains, the most gains that you will make towards your muscles, the best reps are the ones where your brain is involved, where your brain is fighting his own battles. And in your recovery, you will have willpower, the fact that you want to quit, but this is just your willpower, it's not your brain. And what happens is that when you're trying to quit by using only willpower, you have a battle against your own brain, and it resolves in the fact that you may be better than your own brain for a little bit, It might be the 3 first days. But after the 3 first days, what happened the first day? Your brain starts to remember you, hey, you need to fap. Like, I'm used to getting fap right now, and now I'm not fap. So I need to watch this content. I need to visualize it. I need to see it. And what happened? You start to lose those battles. And now there's an argument inside of your brain. And what happens during this argument? Like, curiously, right? You try to quit, and what happens during this battle? Your brain becomes the better negotiator you ever heard of. He starts to tell you some arguments that you're like, wow. Like, when you're finally free from this, you realize how much your brain was convincing you, but like how good he is at that. He's giving you like reasons, and you're like, at the start you're like, oh no, but I'll skip to my recovery. But with more and more time, what happens? He starts to slowly convince you to a point where you agree with your brain. Oh, okay, today I'll fap. Oh, okay, today I'll relapse. And now what happened? You go in the bathroom and you relapse. But it's because your brain convinced you. And the reason that it convinced you is because you're still trying to quit by using only or not enough of the mindset. You're only quitting by using willpower. In order for you to quit, you have to first change your mindset. If you only go in with willpower, this will happen over and over again. Your brain will convince you to go and fap, and you will have these urges. And while you have these urges, the urges aren't physical, right? You aren't getting physical urges to go and fap. You're getting mental urges. These are mental. So what happened? You get urges inside of your head, and your head is still convinced that corn is great for you. So what happened? You go and fap. You relapse because your brain isn't convinced that right now it's a good idea to quit. You convinced yourself, but you didn't convince your brain. Your brain is still used to fapping every day because you made it unhealthy. So now he's having problem taking good decisions. And one of the good decisions that he has to make is to finally choose to quit for good. Another thing that I found fucked up is that people tend to think that quitting this addiction is supposed to be alone. You're supposed to be alone, and you're supposed to be able to quit alone. This, I don't know who started that, but you are able to quit alone, but it's way harder, and it may take you like 3 years and up from that, right? You may be able to quit in like 2 months alone if you've been only addicted to corn for like maybe 1 month. But I'm talking to people that have been addicted for multiple years, right? 10 years plus sometimes. Someone that is addicted to something for 10 years non-stop, expecting of that person quitting this addiction that it's been 10 years he's doing alone, so having no support from anyone, in less than a year, is fucked up to think about it. Even less than 2 years is already such progress, but I expect this person to at least take about 3 years if he's alone, right? It may take him a little bit less, but you get the point. Alone is way harder, and it's even harder if you're alone and you don't know where to look for, right? When you have guidance from someone that actually know what you're going through, already went through what you're going through, and is free. This is the 3 kind of characteristic that I'm looking for when I'm searching for a coach. And this makes you able to actually get advice, get things that are coming from someone that actually knows what he's talking about, right? Because he knows what you're going through, he went through it also. And the advice that he gives you are personalized for you, because this person is not doing a one-to-many coach, right? He's not just giving advice that fits for everyone. When you're inside the coaching, he's with you one-on-one. So he kind of learns your whole situation, and now from that, because he knows your story, he knows what tricks he have that will apply the best for you. I don't know how the others are doing, because I don't even know other coaches apart from me. And it's not an ego thing, I just don't really look at others' coach. I just try to be the better that I can. But for myself, it's the way that I'm doing the thing, right? I'm doing a coaching one-on-one because I know that in order for you to quit, you won't be able to quit if you use strategies that everyone are using, right? If that would be the case, you would be free right now. But you are stuck. So you're stuck because the strategy that everyone is using isn't working for everyone. So you need a personal strategy, something that I will create for yourself. And this that I created is a strategy that maybe doesn't even exist, right? But it's a strategy that will work for you, because with my knowledge and your situation, this is the best thing that you can do. And this is why I like my coaching so much. It's because I know that it will help you, because I learned so much through this addiction that I know it will work for you, because I took the time to analyze your own situation, all of your triggers, or all of what makes you unable to quit. And I've developed solutions against them so that you are able now to quit. And you have my full support. I'm there to actually support you. So that's the reason you actually are able to quit in such less time, right? And my coaching, it may take you, right, it is going to take you way less than a year, right? It's going to take you way less than half a year also. And that's just from you switching from going alone to going with someone that knows what he's talking about. Families and friends are great support also, but they're like less great because they maybe don't even have the addiction, they never went through it, and they don't really have a lot of knowledge towards that. So they're great as support, so that you can maybe talk with them and they will listen or encourage you, but they won't be the type of person to give you advice, concrete things to do, so that you know what you have to do right now. Now, you chose to fuck up your brain to a point where your brain is in an unhealthy state that you need good habits in order to fast track your progress. In fact, your brain is so used to fapping every day and having so much dopamine from the corn that you're watching every day, that you need meditation, you need a good routine with good habits to help you, first of all, eliminate all decision fatigue and make sure that you have things to do, right? The reason, one of the reasons that people are fapping is either they have a lot of stress or they're tired, they're bored, So what happens is that usually to cure boredness, people go and play video games, for example, instead of actually doing productive things. They go and play video games, and now maybe, I'm tired of playing video games, but now I'm still bored, right? So what do I have to do? Well, people think and they think like, I have this homework that I could do, but I don't want to do the homework right now. I can watch a movie, but I don't really have movies that I want to watch right now. Or I can go and fap. But fapping, I remember every time that I fap, it's kind of cool. I have this kind of little pleasure. So I will go and fap. And now they go and fap and they relapsed. So that's how it usually goes, right? It's not exactly that, but you get the point. There are some people that fap because they're bored. And that kind of cures boredness for the little time that you go and do this. But the moment that it's finished, you're still bored and you still have nothing left to do. And now you may think to yourself, I have 1 hour before going to bed, I might do my homework there. And then you do your homework with your brain in an unhealthy state because he just fapped and he's not really there, low energy, low motivation. So you have to have this routine, this big routine with impactful, great habits inside of it. So that's what happened, is that during the day you're not bored, right? So you don't have reason to go and fap. And if you do the good habits, you won't feel really stressed because you will have an healthier brain, little by little, right? It won't start you don't do meditation for a day and then you're a calmer person directly. It takes maybe weeks upon months, right? But you get the point. You have to do this a little bit every day. And keeping the routine is what, over time, transforms your life. And it will really help you in your recovery. What happens is that during your recovery, if you have a routine, you know what comes. So this eliminates also anxiety. And you won't think of porn because porn isn't part of your routine, right? You don't make a routine and at 7 a.m. I do this, at 8 I do this, at 2 p.m. I start reading a little bit, and at 5 I go and watch porn and I fap, right? That's not part of your recovery. That's not part of your routine. So if it's not part of your routine and everything in your day is prepared to do something, then you won't take time off of your routine to go and fap. That will be fucked up, right? So you just will continue to do your routine, and this will greatly help you in your recovery. At the start of the video, I was talking more about how willpower alone isn't enough and you have to have this mindset shift. Now I gave you some advice, but you might say to me, hey Wesley, I want to know what is the mindset shift. In order for you to make a mindset shift, first of all, you have to be sure of yourself. Make sure that you know that this addiction isn't good for you. So in order for you to realize this really deeply, you have to do research online. You have to first of all convince yourself that it's really bad, because it is bad, but you may not even be convinced, right? You may just think that it's bad because others are telling you that it's bad, right? Even though I say to you, hey, eating strawberries is bad for you, okay, you can think that eating strawberries is bad, but if you don't go online and verify for yourself that, hey, eating strawberries is really bad, and now you go and do more researches and you find out that, hey, if I eat strawberry, I can have cancer and things like that, then you're convinced. If you're convinced, then it can have an impact on your life and you can make a change towards that. But if you just listen to people and what they tell online and you never go check by yourself things, what happens is that first of all, it's not even your opinion, it's the opinion of others, and you're having already enough difficulties changing because of your own opinion, right? You want to make a change by your own, but you're having real difficulties just doing that. Imagine trying to do a change because of someone else's opinion. That's impossible, right? Imagine someone telling me I'm not confident enough, but I know that I'm confident enough. Would I be able to make a change because someone else tells me that I'm not confident? No, right? Because I don't even think about it. If someone tells me, oh, this thing makes 5, and I look online and this thing makes 4, I'm not convinced. So I won't make the change, right? In order for you to make a change for yourself, you have to first of all convince yourself that it's the right change. And you do that by first of all going online, searching for great information on that topic. That's the first step towards mindset shift. The other step towards mindset shift is shifting your brain from a negative pinpoint to a positive one, a positive mindset shift. That, how can I explain it, is every time something happens in your life, you have to see the positive side of it. And positive things attract positive things. Positive thinking, attract positive things. And negative thinking attract negative things. You need all the positive that there is to have in order for you to recover from your current addiction. It's just the way it is. And you will have many relapses during the process of you recovering. It's normal. Relapses are part of the process. And people tend to give up after a certain number of relapses because they think that they're stuck and they won't ever be able to make it. It's not true, but you will need years and years to quit by your own if you don't have support. Because imagine yourself having a support like me, right? You have a relapse, I can identify directly what made you relapse, what is your trigger, what is the good solution for your case, because I heard your story, so I know what solution might work for you. And you have a perfect plan set up so that every day you have specific things to do in order for you to quit for good. Having this, you can imagine how this greatly help your situation overall and makes you eliminate all decision fatigue, right? You know every day what you have to do, and you just have to tell yourself, okay, I have this to do, and it's concrete, right? It's for example, I'm saying, I go outside and walk for 1 hour. It's just an example, right? It's not, it may be not in the thing, right? But it's just an example. You know what to do, right? You go outside and you walk 1 hour. It's not I don't know, I'm not saying vague things, right? I'm saying things that you can do right now. You could directly, right now, get up of your chair and go walk outside. So, with concrete steps like that, steps that you know what to do, you can imagine yourself quitting in way less time than 1 year, right? Because you know what to do. So this mindset shift is the same. By maybe me telling you how you can have this great mindset shift in the fastest time possible, because I know what information you're lacking and what information you have right now. I can kind of fast track your mindset shift. So you have this mindset shift sooner, and the sooner you have the mindset shift, the sooner you can start your real recovery, not the recovery with only willpower. As I explained, this won't work. You have to do the mindset shift first, because if you try to go in a recovery against your own brain, you won't be able to win. You may win 3 days, you might win 5 days, but at a point you will have the relapse, and the relapse will destroy you, because your brain is still used to fapping every day. Your brain is still used to see current as a good thing instead of a bad thing. So you have to convince yourself first. I'll finish everything by actually telling you something. Your brain creates your desires, and what you desires dictates your actions. So if they don't change what you think about, your desires will stay the same. And your desires right now may be to just be sexually satisfied. And you do this by either doing things with a girl or watching content on internet, right? And fapping. So your desires right now may be that. And in order for you to successfully reach those desires, it dictates your actions, and you go and fap. But that's not the good thing to do. So you have to change your brain in order to change your desires, in order to change your actions. This is the great way to do it. And this is what's maybe right now preventing you from actually quitting. And that, I actually ask you to take care of yourself.